Hi guys, welcome back. Tom Anderson with Alexander Art. We're on a new painting, Never Give Up. The guy's fishing out here and he's not going to give up till he catches something. So let's see what we got here. So what we did was my wife cut this out for me and I just traced it on here. It's a little thing. We made a duplicate of that picture. I traced it on. I could have hand drawn it, but if you don't know how to hand draw that stuff, just find a picture, cut it out, draw it, and then spray it with a fixative, and you can get it on there. Then we put some tape around there and give a nice little border later. So let's get into the painting. I'm going to pick up white with my small brush, 1 inch, and I'm just going to put a little white up here and coat the canvas. Now you want to go over the tape, so when you pull this off, you'll have that nice little border over it. I'm going to try to avoid hitting the drawing too much because it'll just lighten it up. We just want to get this white on, nice and rubbed in. This gives us some movement of the color. All right. Hope you guys are going to enjoy this one. Keep it simple and fun. Now, we're not going to copy that to exactly scale and everything like that because actually the sky's higher. But we'll get some color in. Let's get some yellow, you guys, on the canvas, on the brush, and let's just put it up here in the sky. It's going to rub it in. And get over the top of that tape. Try not to shove up into the tape because you might get the paint up underneath it, especially if you don't have it on. This is just masking tape, by the way. All right, bring it down a little bit. And if you hit the guy right there, don't worry about it. Where he's fishing, just kind of rub this in. You don't need a lot of magic white on here, just a little thin layer across the whole canvas. Let's grab alizarin crimson, just a little bit of alizarin crimson. See that? Look, I didn't get much. I'm just going to mix right in here. It'll turn orange, but it's not going to be bright like that. Bring this across. Let's have fun with this, you guys. The sunset or the sunrise. When do you go fishing? During the sunset or sunrise? Move it around, clean it up a little bit. As soon as you get color on here, things start looking pretty good. And you can blend this out like that if you want. Look, just soften it like that. Now we're going to drop the horizon line right to about there. So we have a little bit of perspective in the painting. I'll just make a mark like that. Let's grab a little bit of yellow again. And this time I'm going to drop it right here and add a little white to it to soften it down. I just want a softer look here. Okay. Move it around. Get it kind of floating in there. Like that. You can do this too, look. You do that. Where do we want the sun at? We can put that sun right here. That'd be a good spot, wouldn't it? Like right there. Do a circle. Like that. How's that working? That's interesting, huh? Do you ever see that before? All right, let's go to a smaller brush. I'm going to get let's get this Alexander foliage brush. I'm going to grab a little bit of white. I think I'll grab my thicker white right here and just put a little bit in the center here. Made myself a little circle there. And back to the bigger brush. Now I'm going to add a little more red into the brush. I'll just map it out for you so you can see it. I'm just going to kind of do this so you can see that halo of yellow around the sun. So I don't know if you've ever seen anybody do it this way, but I got my own way of doing things. So let's do this. Bring that little halo around it. We'll soften it out in a minute. Let's streak it down this way if you want. And then let's just kind of blend it like this in between the two colors. So now you got that halo on there. That's a quick way to do it, huh? People have a lot of ways to do it. That's my way of doing it. And then leave that. And so let's pull some of this out like that for fun. Everything is fun when you paint. And then let's get down to the bottom part and then we'll get some more in there. So let's put some yellow in our brush. We're going to avoid that. Drop it over here. Add some alizarin crimson to it, a lot more. Now we're just building up a little more paint. Okay. We're going to get it deeper in tone. There's a little bit of white in my brush, but I don't have to avoid it. Let's rub this in real deep. We just need a deeper tone for now. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. We just need a deeper tone. If you go into the guy right now, don't worry about it. You'll still be able to see him. So let's rub this in deeply. I didn't get a lot of white on here, so it's kind of not dragging real well. If it doesn't move for you at all, just touch a little bit of medium, a little bit of magic clear. Put your brush in it, watch the paint slide better. Look at that. So just don't get it oversaturated. Bring it in like this. Get the warmer tones down first. Okay. So make sure that's kind of level there. And let's go to see, I'm just trying to get as much on here as I can before I get to my fan brush. So let's start with the fan brush after I do this. Pull that down if you want, then flatten it out again. Pull it down over here, then flatten it out again. All right, let's jump into Alexander's fan brush. And now I'm going to go back to the white and yellow. Got the thicker white over here. That's the thin magic white. That's a thicker white over here. Now I'm going to take this yellow and kind of play around with this and model it out like this a little bit where it's lighter. I just want to bring in some foggy stuff going on down at the bottom. I'll jump over here, go around the guy. I just come up with my own idea here. Everything's cool. Make it your own. So I'm going to take violet, drop down here into the same color. I'm going to use this violet because violet's a very forgiving color. I'm going to add a little bit more alizarin back to it. A little bit more. Something in that range. So let's start cutting in the waves. I'm just going to come in like this, horizontally, and just start kind of playing around with the idea of waves. Little short strokes. You don't really care. Jump over the guy if you want. If you go through them, don't worry because you're gonna fix that later. Come on down like this. Now down here, you just want a lot more because you're down on the beachy area where you're standing on stuff, and you're gonna work that in. Don't worry. Come on down like this. Just kind of do it this way. Get in real fast. Sort of like that. And then you got a little perspective here. Just keep going. With that edge like that. Just keep moving your brush. And then soften it all down just a little bit like this. As soon as you get all that in, just sort of soften it a little bit. Now I'm trying to lose paint on the brush for the next step. And you'll see what that is in a second. Remember this, we're going to keep this simple. Okay, simple is, simple does. So with the same color in there, we're going to go up here. I'm going to deepen this a little bit. I lost a lot of paint too. Give it a little bit of a haze up here on the corners. Bring it like that. Sort of like this, guys. Don't worry about the guy yet. See, if you lose a lot of paint down here, then you can go up there and do this part. And you need a little over here, some in here. You can go in like this like sort of like that. And in like that if you want to make streaks. It just helps with the whole thing. And then once you do all that, get up next to your yellow a little bit where you see how we're building that background in really fast. Just keep going. Then you just go back to your big brush. It's got some orange in it, and just soften all that. Just go, make an X stroke. Make it go back in the distance. Make everything go back there. You could put a little extra nuances in here if you want, but just soften it all down. Just down and over, down and over, down and over. Soft, soft, soft. And maybe just a little more of that orange in there. Let's grab a little bit of red here. And it's already got yellow. So you can just come in and swirl a little bit in there, just so it's not just all yellow. You want to add more flavor in there. All right, you guys ready for the next step? Keep going. That's kind of nice, huh? Let's go to the next step. So we're going to grab, we're going to wipe off the brush. Okay, that's one thing we're going to do, wipe it off. And if you want to clean it real well, you can drop into your any vegetable oil, or you can use your Magic Clear. Just drop in and get rid of that paint. See how that's taking it all out? And yellow and violet are complementary colors. So if you kind of get it overdone, don't worry about it. They'll still complement each other. I'm really trying to get it out. So do that, guys. You'll be in good shape. Let's put some color on top of those waves. White, yellow. Now watch, I'm not going to destroy this, watch. Because I still got some violet in there, but because yellow and violet are complementary, kind of would turn brown if I added a lot to it. But then I add the red in, and guess what I get? A lot more flavor. So I'm back in business. Just going to start putting some highlight on top of the water. You know, here and there. Give it a little bit, because you got an extra paint on top. You see, the dark is the stuff underneath. This is going to be a fast painting, but fun. And maybe push it up a little, pull down a little if you want. Let's grab a little more paint. Pushing the paint in, grabbing a little bit more of that orange color. Pushing the paint in. Let's get a little bit up on the edge here. Like that. Down this way. And you could make some movements like this, look. And even down here, you can pull down a little bit. Pull like that. You could tap it in this way. Now watch this, guys. Let me show you a little trick. Grab a little bit of white, touch it, put it in here. With this, the corner of the brush. And then I could do this. Just get a little tiny things going on down at the bottom here. Flip it over and put the darker tone in. Okay. Just keep going. Flip it back again if you want. You're just making like little sandy areas down here, little pebbles. You'll see it when we get to it. Because he's way down here, and I kind of lost all the lower part and the upper part. But I'm just improvising. It's okay. You can do what you want. And you'll bring it in like that. Now let's put in a little bit of that light that goes down from the sunlight down onto the water. Now you can do that with your palette knife. It'd be kind of fun. Let's do that. And I'm going to use the small edge of the palette knife, this little edge right here, that little edge right there. I'm just going to pick up white, pick it up here, and I'm going to line it up with the sun. Down like this. I'm going to tap it down. like so. It's sort of back and forth. Sort of a back and forth business. A little bit more white, lift it up, and break it up a little bit. Don't put it all in one spot. Now, when you look at a painting, a lot of times you're looking at detail, so your brain is like, okay, I want the detail. Well, let's make this a non-detailed painting, just a fun one. Just something to get you in the mood for painting different, just an idea. Then you can expand on this. Now you have the white there, but you need a little yellow on the outside of the white. Okay, so what you do, you take your yellow, scoop it over, pick it up right here, and then let's put it on each side. That makes it better. Gives it more interest, along with the orange. See how the yellow pops up? Get in over here. And kind of just and make it different. Just put it in. Do that. It really pops out well when you just kind of touch it and just walk it back and forth. It gives a lot of interest. A little more yellow. Go this way, that way. Pull it out this way. If you need a little bit out here, that would work. More yellow, a little bit more white, the thicker white, on top of the thin. See, all that other stuff was a thin white. And you can do this. You know, a little more. This just gives you more flavor in the painting. Like that. Keep it subtle. All right, let's stop right there. And we're going to go to our medium. Going to pick it up, drop it in here. Let's add alizarin crimson into this, phthalo green, and violet. A little bit more alizarin because we want it almost black as we can get it. Pretty dark. And a little bit more violet. Trying to get it much darker. Okay, so we're ready to get into the guy. Okay, so what you should do is probably start in the middle. Start working this out in the middle. And then get closer to the edges. That's the way you should do it. I think I'm going to add a little permanent red in there just to flavor it up. Just to give it more flavor from the sun, you know. That gave it more flavor. See that? Mix these together. You don't care. Now this is where you got to get a little steady. Steady your hand out. Take your time on this, you guys. You don't have to do it quick. You could take all day to do this if you want. But just throw this in. Start in the middle, though. That's always the best way. Make sure you got a good new brush. It's nice and pointy. So when you're doing it, you're not going to have little fuzzy things on the outside too much. All right, hold your breath on that one. Okay, see how I'm getting close to that edge of the drawing? Out like this. Down. Draw around like that if you have to. If you go out a little bit, don't panic, because you're not in trouble. You can get away with a little bit on that. See how nice that's starting to look? It's a good idea to hold your other hand like this in here, brace it. Alizarin crimson, a little bit more phthalo green. I'm running out of paint. Violet. I really like the permanent red I added in because that really helped it. Looks like this guy's got shorts on. Now you just want to do this. Be a good Father's Day gift. If your dad's a fisherman and you're trying this painting, go down the middle of the lake. Wouldn't that be a nice gift? A little more medium. So let's see here. I'm drawing this down. Gonna get down into that dark. down here. And it's basically, all this is very dark down here. So you just lay it in like that. There you go. Down like that. A little bit more paint, more alizarin, phthalo green, violet. Try to keep this one pretty simple, guys. Down like this. Now, when we get down to the bottom, you really can't see the feet because it's all in shadow down here. So you can just basically do this, kind of let it disappear, draw out waves and stuff if you have to. You see how that just disappeared in there? That's what's happening because of the foreground. All right. Well, now we'll go to our liner brush. And I could add a few more dark waves in there. Look, with this brush, you can go back like this and just sort of pull some of this down a little bit. If that's what you feel like doing. Pull this across like that. You can add more dimension to it. The more dark you add, the more dimension you get in the painting. You don't want to add too much dark back here, though, in the far distance. But yeah, you can add more in like this, just to add more value in there. And let me see, maybe I want a little bit more here, just to add more interest in. And let's do that. See, that gave it a little bit more interest just with the dark. And then cut across like that. Don't want a lot, though. You're really not trying to get too, because you want him darker than anything else. And I already feel like I want to do more, but then I'm asking myself, Tom, do you want to just kind of not do that much? You gotta talk to yourself sometimes, you guys. All right, so just get more down here. One leg is thicker than the other because this leg is forward and that one's back. So if you think the one leg is thicker, it's because this one is closer to you because he's kind of slightly turned. Plant his feet down here, they should be going that way. Yeah, I can thicken this one leg just a little bit. I'll do that just in case you guys didn't like that. But yeah, he is turned, so one leg is thicker than the other. Put more dark down here and just lay it in. A little line there. You see, you can refine this with all that dark. All right, let's get the hole in. Now you're going to grab your liner brush. Going to put it down here, swirl it in, get it like fish out of water. Hold this, fish out of water, get it? Now the angle of this is, for the sake of what I have to do, I have to draw it in this way, but I would love to go that way, but camera probably won't catch it. So I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna be brave. So this actually is pointing towards the sunlight. So if I go like this, I touch it real lightly. I want to end up there. Hold your breath. And then I'll go back this way. And pull away. Not too bad. I got a little glitch right there. I probably want to make it a little thicker here. I'm holding my breath, guys. Now there's a little tiny where the fishing line goes in towards the end, like that. So what I'm going to do now is go to a good clean brush and hit the little glitch that I made. So I got some yellow down here, and this is where I want to clean it up a little bit. I'm just going to make it thinner here. And you can't see where the line is because it's so far away. Okay? I just want to clean that up a little bit more. Like I'm not getting it. Hold on one second. A little bit more white. Sometimes you just got to let this stuff dry too. steady hand works really well. I think I tried to put a little bow in it, like it was bending. So kind of overdid that. Gotta have a thicker white for this to override the other colors. I'm gonna put it underneath here and thin that out a little bit more. Like the rays are coming down. How about if I do that? If I pull the rays down from the sun, and that will make my, see what I'm doing cleverly? Remember, Bill Alexander would do that, right? A little bit more of this yellow and alizarin on here on this corner of the brush. And I just want to go back and put a few more of these on, just to get a lot of stuff in there. And I think that's going to do it, guys. We did the painting. So it was a fun, simple painting. I'm going to sign it. Here comes yellow, violet, thinner paint. Look, I'm thinning it out. So I'll sign it over here. Would that take away from him if I do that? Yeah. I'll sign it over here. Anderson. I went right into the wave, so a little bit more light in there so you can see it better. Anderson, this is small work here, guys, because I'm on a smaller 11 by 14 canvas. If you do this, you might want to make it bigger and take a little more time in it, but you don't. Now, here comes the beautiful part of this whole thing. I'm going to take this off now. So I'm going to pull down on it. I got a little tape coming off like this, pulling down. This should make it look pretty good when we get this off. I'm getting way down here now, pulling and still pulling. And before you know it, this turned out to be a nice little painting. I hope you guys enjoyed this fast painting. It's a fun one. If you want to improve on your skills on it, make it bigger or larger or smaller. And you can just be a great Father's Day gift for any father out there. So I hope you guys like this painting called Never Give Up. Dads, never give up. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.